Welcome to Space Socket. A 22-year-old woman says she always ends up with toxic men. Kevin Samuel steps in and shuts down her logic. Let's dive in.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
22.
22. All right. What's the disagreement or the issue?
So I guess my question, it's just a question. So I'm 22. I'm obviously out here dating, very single. But I feel as though I'm not, I'm dating with the intentions of marrying. That's always been my intention. And the caliber of men that are my age right now are just not men that are ready to date or willing to treat women respectfully. But then I run into issues with dating older that men with kids, men with baggage that's attached. So I just guess my question is would you recommend just waiting longer? Waiting,
What does your dad think?
um, I mean, my dad's very supportive of me and all my sisters, and um,
Is he helping you? Is he helping you guys in this regard?
yes, he screens like everyone we date and gives us advice.
Well, younger men. Now I can't just let you just say that about all younger men. That's just the men that you're attracted to. Okay, let's do marriage. Do you want children?
Yes.
How many?
Um, God willing, 3.
Okay. Are you in college?
I just graduated.
What's your degree in?
I got 2 degrees, one in political science and one in criminology. And then I'm going to
Oh my God. Political science and psychology.
criminology.
It's just criminology, criminal justice, psychology is all the same trash. I'm
Um,
sorry. I just have a thing about those degrees.
and then
You're going to go to law school?
no, I'm going to. My plan right now is to get certified in project management. And then
So you want to be a working professional woman?
um, my what I'd want is to be a stay-at-home mom if I could, but
Okay, but you have a dual degree and you're becoming a project manager. Where's your focus?
um, I'd rather have a family, but we just broke.
Hold on. That's where your focus is. Because see, it comes right down to you basically said the older men got issues, the younger men got issues. And the question I got to ask is, are you a wife? And
Uh,
even if I assume you are a wife, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're married and pregnant with your first child?
no.
Okay. Were you raised and trained on being a housewife?
Um, no, my mom was a working mother.
All right. So why do you get to be a housewife if you didn't even go to school for being a housewife?
Um, my goal is the way it is due to the fact that I've seen the women in my family not have successful marriages and doing it the way they're.
I I get it, ma'am. I understand the logic, but you weren't trained on how to do this. See, and what I'm trying to get you to understand is recognizing you're judging these young men, and you're not any more fit to be the thing you say you want. Somebody's gonna have to give you some grace and some mercy too, right?
Understandable.
Right. Because most women want to be stay-at-home mothers, but 72% of mothers in this country work full or part-time. Do you have student loan debt?
No.
All right. So a dual degree, a dual major, project manager, doing all this stuff, but but when you get married, it goes away and become a mom. Then put your focus on becoming a wife and a mom.
Well, currently I have to provide for myself.
See? And therein lies the rub. Therein lies the rub. You attract what you are. We all do. What would you rank your level of femininity on a scale from 1 to 10?
Scale of 1 to 10, I would say a 7.
How tall are you?
I'm 6.
Hmm?
5'6".
Dress size?
I'm a size 4.
Okay. Um, I don't know. Maybe you just have a different affect, but I'm not hearing real softness. But if you want to be a stay-at-home wife, but your mind is, I got to go to college, get this, get this, get this, go become a project manager. You have plans for providing for yourself, but then where's the preparation to become this wife? And there is none. So the men who are fit the category of looking for what it is you say you want, you don't have those skills. You're not even preparing for those. Like many modern women, what you want tend to want is you want a man to marry you on potential, and then you'll do on the job training. But yet you're not willing to work and build with the man. Either you're going to work and get with a young man who has character, drive, and ambition, and you build with him. Start off small. I call it the IKEA marriage. Are you willing to do that?
I'm more than willing to build. I got out of a 2-year relationship a couple 6 months ago, 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the relationship I got into. One where,
Were you living with this guy?
yes, we did live together.
Your father approved of that?
Yes. Um, and I was doing all of the,
Were your mother and father married?
yeah.
Your father approved of you being 20 years old and moving in with your boyfriend.
I didn't move in until I had turned 22. So we had only lived together for 6 months. I want to say we were together.
That's still not normal, in my opinion. Because you say your father screens everybody you see, then why did were you guys engaged?
No.
Yeah, there are a lot of things going on here, man. I can't really address all this at this time. But if you got a father, your father should be on this. And I don't know. I'm hearing things that just out of line. Number one, you say your mother and father are married. Your father screens everything for his daughters, but he allowed his 20-some-odd young 20-year-old daughter to move in with her boyfriend without an engagement or anything else like that. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Number one. Number two, you're in school. You're more focused. You have more plans on how to provide for yourself and become a young professional than you're about becoming the wife that you say you want to be. And what consumes your thoughts controls your life, and what you focus on grows. You're not focusing on becoming the thing you say you want to be.
Okay. How would,
So lastly, you got to become a wife before you can attract a husband. He who findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor with the Lord. That means you're a wife when you're found. You don't become a wife after you get married. That's what you do before. You prep. A man must get out here, just like you saying, the men are out my age are such and so forth. See, a man must become. You must become too.
well, how would you recommend?
That's your dad. That's between you and your dad. I mean, I can't only do so much, young lady. It's not really the purpose of this call. I'm doing the best I can, but what I'm telling you is, I think one, the likelihood of you not being a stay at home mother is low. Only 28% of women in this country have that ability. And you talk about older men. The problem is not always the men. We are what we attract. So I'm gonna just leave that one right there, though. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I am 28.
28. All right. Oh, say, what did you have?
I just want to say I totally agree with everything that you were saying. I'm happy you accepted my um request.
Really?
But I feel like from a woman who like hasn't had like a man's standpoint in life, your opinion is very valued, especially for me. And I just have like a question for me. I kind of, how can I say this? I'm kind of just now getting my stuff together. I'm making like 74 K a year now, and like I was going through depression and trying to figure out my life. And
Hmm.
what would you recommend for like a woman to trying to kind of get like back into like the field, like of talking to people or just like, you know,
Well, a couple of things. One, this is a
yeah,
smoke show, but a couple of things. One, you say depression. Was that clinically
it
diagnosed?
was. And I was taking medication for it and I'm
Okay.
seeing a therapist.
All right. Um, like with anybody, you always start with the outcome. What outcome do you want to have from getting back out there?
Well, I'm now dating with the intent to marry. I'm practicing like celibacy and just trying to
Okay.
really understand myself at this
All
point.
right. So you'd like to be married one day.
Yes.
Well, first, when you say getting yourself together outside of your mental health, what did you mean? Because you mentioned your money.
Well, financially, but also physically. I was about 195 pounds.
Mhm.
I'm like I fluctuate between I would say 180 and like 173. I'm actually training to be a personal trainer. So that's something that
How
is,
tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
All right. Well, that's number one.
I know I'm overweight, but I'm
Okay.
working on that.
So like I was saying in the beginning, men want fit women. There's no real negotiation on that.
Hmm.
Um, and sadly, too many of our women seem to have focused on their earnings versus their appearance. Um, if you got a lot of things going on at once, I would say one, you get fit. Number two, this is where you start looking at your overall image, your femininity. There are plenty of female coaches out there, but there's a lot of stuff going on. And I would start looking at quality of life first instead of trying to go all the way down the road to marriage.
Hmm.
Marriage is something you do after you're a happy person. A man wants somebody who's going to be an asset and be peace. And you got to be that to yourself before you can be that to anybody else.
Hmm. And so my question to that would be, because I am 28, like I know my time is kind of ticking. Like I not like how long should I give myself, but
As
is
long
it
as it takes.
okay?
I mean, I don't, I can't, I mean,
I mean, I know you can't put a
you need to
timeline on
move with a sense of urgency, but you can't, there's no easy way to answer that question because I don't know you. It's a
it.
short period. So it's like you guys want it to be like this, and you didn't get where you are just like that overnight. But I got to get on to the smoke show piece of
No,
it.
you're
So
fine. You're fine. Thank you. I'm just
thank
happy
you.
you got on to me. Have a good
Okay, bye
night.
bye.
A 22-year-old saying she always ends up with toxic men usually isn't describing bad luck. It's describing repetition of choices and environments. Because at that age, relationships are still largely shaped by attraction patterns, attention, and emotional decision-making rather than long-term compatibility. This is where Kevin Samuels often challenged the framing, because I keep attracting removes accountability from the selection process. In reality, people don't just get randomly assigned partners. They choose, accept, tolerate, and stay in situations based on what they are prioritizing in the moment. So the real question isn't why toxic men keep appearing. It's what signals, standards, and boundaries are allowing those dynamics to continue. Because toxic behavior doesn't survive strong boundaries and clear standards. It survives inconsistency, emotional tolerance, and lack of early exit decisions. At 22, there's also a learning curve. Many people confuse intensity for love or attention for value, which leads to repeated cycles with the same type of partner under different faces. And until that pattern is recognized, the outcome usually doesn't change.